Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we're looking at Picturesque, which is a lovely sort of scene building stamp set, which you might have missed. It's in the new mini catalogue. This catalogue runs from January to the end of April, and it's on page 64. And it is as you can see, a scene building card. So I thought we'd have a go and see what we can do with some scene building with it. And I've decided to choose these colours. So I've taken the colours that I want, and I've taken a piece of whatever size you want that's going to fit your card base. I never give exact measurements because it's entirely down to you. And then what I've done is I've taken one of the scalloped dies, but you can take any die you want. You can take one of the rectangulars, anything out of there to just give that shape, not waste that. And then I've taken a piece of designer series paper, and this comes from the new, let me have a look and see what it's called. It's called Enjoy the Journey, and it's got the lovely sort of scene. So it's got the trees on one side, but I really wanted this colour on the other side because it picks up all of these beautiful colours in there. And so this is then going to go on top like this, and this is the little panel that we're going to use, which is going to come on there. Okay, so we're going to take this little panel because that's what we're using, because this stamp will work. It's going to come slightly off, but I want that because I want it to fill the whole of the piece. But this piece measures, just to give you an idea, it measures 3 inches. So 3 inches across there by the tallest tree up is another 2 3/4 inches. So it's a really good sort of size to do some scene building. Now the colours I'm using are soft succulent. I'm using evening evergreen because I want a dark. And then I'm using Coastal Cabana because that takes in the colours of the paper quite nicely. You can always find the paper colours, and in fact they've done it on here as garden green, but I think that works quite nicely, the soft succulent with it, so that sort of comes into the middle tone. And then it says Coastal Cabana. I think it's more sort of difficult to tell, but it's somewhere sort of in the middle. So let's have a go. Now just got to open these up. These have always been quite stiff ones, even though I've waxed them and all of those things. Unfortunately I have fairly weak hands, so it does tend to give me a little bit of a difficulty in opening things. Okay, so we've inked that up, and we're going to put this right down in on the bottom here. Let's give that a nice press, and then that comes up, and you can see it's come right into the side, which is exactly what I wanted. I wanted it to cover all of that area, which is quite nice. You're going to have to excuse, I think next door is doing some building work, so if there's some funny noises going on, it's because they're screwing something into the wall or doing something to the wall. Right, let's just clean this one off. So you can see you've got a really lovely silhouette part in there. Now if we look at this on here, this piece fits in with this piece, so we're going to use this piece next, and we're going to put that one in that's going to be in the soft succulent. So let me take this one in, which is this piece. Now this piece will fit, and as I say, you can do them in any colours you want, so you can have some really sort of nice sunsets in, you can put a little moon in. I think I'm going to be doing quite a few bits and pieces with this, but I thought I'd keep it fairly simple for the first one. Now this is always sort of let them relax a little bit, and then this is going to come just in on there like that. I should have cleaned my block, I've got a bit of something on it. So you can see that that is going to fit in on there. So I want that in the mint macaron. And then we can, and you can see I tend to ink it up both ways, so I can make sure that it's covered nicely. And this one, you can see this goes in here, that little piece goes in there, so I can turn it round. Excuse if my head comes in a bit, because I want to try and get it in as neatly as I can. I think that's about it. And press that one down. There we are. Now we've got the mint macaron running inside, which again is quite a nice look. You can see how you can sort of build things up with a scene and take it in any colour you want. Now I could have brought it down a little bit. You'll be able to line it up slightly better than me, because I've got a camera literally straight above me, so it does make doing that sort of piece it's not as easy when you're doing it at a slight angle. Okay, so now we've got the next piece. Just put this in here for a minute, which is this piece here, and you can see this matches in with this so that it works together. Now this is going to have to be on the bigger block, so let's put that one in on here, and again I'm letting it relax. Then I can take the block in like that, and then this is going to go in on there. You can see how that will line up with that. So I'm going to do it in the Coastal Cabana, but I think I'm going to do it, I'm going to stamp it off once, because I don't want it too bright. So let's just stamp it off like that. Then we should be able to get it in, line it up on those little tree bits. I think it's about there. I can put that one in there like that. That comes to there, and I'm going to just take another bit just up in on here in the second. There we go, that's quite nice, because that just gives a little bit of extra sort of tones in, so that it comes further up the our little panel. So that gives us our blue part. Now we've also got another piece, which this little piece here, which I think will give like a landscape part, just sort of coming through a little bit. So let's take this out on here. Let's take this on a smaller one, like that, and I'm going to take that in the soft succulent, because I want it in the slightly paler one, because it's going further into the distance, so you want it to come further into the distance. So let's just put this up like that, and then that's going to come off like that. So that gives you that sort of part in the distance, that could actually be water, couldn't it? Sort of like a lake, and then you've got the sky coming up behind, which looks quite nice. So I'm just going to put this one in like this. And now we have, let's go back in on here and see what else we've got. So we now have the birds, and we've got a rather nice sentiment to put in. Now, I think, let's just put these back in here for now. I will put them in properly. These are the little birds. So we've got 2 birds in on here. And then we've got, I do like this one, difficult roads bring you to beautiful destinations. I really like that. So I'm going to do, is it that one? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do the birds first. I could do it in a little tiny, let me get I'm getting a smaller block out. I don't need to have particularly large blocks, do I, for this one? I think it'll fit on this one. Will it fit on the smallest block? Let's have a look and see. I don't think it, no it won't. So we'll put it onto this one, which I think will work perfectly. And that, again, because it's a little stamp, you want to make sure that it's, there we go, it's relaxed a bit, and then we can have our birds just coming in. I might put the sentiment on first and then put the birds in, because I don't want them, oh, excuse me, I don't want them overlapping each other. So let's just take that up. That's going to go in on here. We want that to be in the darker green. You could do it in black, but I think black would throw it just a bit. I think we want it in the paler one, or the darker one rather. So I'm going to have that in here like this. Oh, I've just taken the, oh, it's just gone in. It's moved across just a bit. It's okay. I should have brought it across. I wanted to have room to put the birds in. So let's just have my birds up in on here like that. Oh, that looks really rather good. Quite pleased with that. Apart from I could have brought that just across a tad, but you can still see it says beautiful, but I could have brought it just in just a little bit. But I think it works. I think it works. Okay, so now let's get our card pieces together. So we're going to put this in on here. Like that. We just get some glue. Right. So we can have this one in on here. Now you could do it with dimensionals. I'm just doing straight. So let's just put that in like that. And then this one, to put this in on here. There. I do like that. I'm not normally a fan of stripy sort of pieces, but this actually works really well. So we can put this in on here. Let's put this in on the base. So we've got it all together nicely. Oops. Put in on here like that. So we can get that nice and even. then I can either put it in two ways. We can have it straight, or we can have it just at a slight angle. I think just at a slight angle will just give a little bit of extra interest. So let's, and I could put this up with dimensionals if I want to, but I'm just going to take it just a little bit, not too much. So we've still got some paper in here, but that gives it a nice bit of an angle, which I think looks beautiful. And then we just need to finish it off with, let's have a look and see what we've got to finish it off with. We could put some ribbon on it, we could put some, let me have a look and see what, I think it would have to be, I'm just looking through to see if I've got any of the okay, so pearls would work quite well. Those which are genial gems, they're old, but again, you know, keep all your bits and pieces and things. And these ones actually would work quite well. I didn't use those hardly at all. They were fur sea glass shapes, which might go quite nicely. Just want something to pick up the green. I think I'm just going to use just some pearls, because that will just add just a little bit of something. We can use these ones. These are quite big, aren't they? They've been sliding about a bit. So we can put one in each one of the corners, I think. Whoops. Sliding about all over the place. So it looks like a little photo frame, which I think will look quite nice. Put that one in that corner. Like that. We'll just have this one in this corner. Whoops. Flying around. There we go. And I think that that looks really rather good. Very simple to do a scene. Very simple indeed. And as I say, you've got some really nice sentiments on here. Things like just because. I send lots of just because cards. Love knows no boundaries. Or you could just take the love. You've got a hello. Press on. Yeah. You've got that. Don't know whether I use press on too much, but I like this one. Difficult roads bring you to beautiful destinations. And, you know, I think that that has come out really rather good. So thank you so much for watching me. As always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.